It's your boy, FB, man, coming back to you with another episode of Vertical Talk, man. As always, man, let me first give my glory to the Most High who's allowed me to be here with you. You know what I'm saying? Doing what I do, not just for me, but for you as well. Let me also send my salutes to the men and women that I left behind and hope that you are still continuing your struggle and your fight to be on the other side of those walls here with me and the rest of society. Without further ado, let me introduce my boy, my son, my dude, Uncle Nick. What's shaking?
Yo, son, everything is everything, man. I'm feeling fantastic. I'm out here large in the charge. I got a $2 bill in my wallet, man. Feeling kind of lucky. I got my rabbit tail and all that shit, foot, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? And I'm out here doing what I got to do, man. Living the American dream, son. Know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Simple and plain.
okay,
Putting in that
okay.
work. Couple things
Beautiful.
came across my desk, and I was like, yo,
Well,
son,
hold up,
I got to
Nick. Hold
holla at
on.
Frankie,
Pause, Nick.
son.
Pause for a second. You sounded much better than you sound over the last past 2 days. So I definitely want to, you know what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying, say that I'm glad that you feeling better. You were under the weather. So just to let you know, you were being thought about while you were going through what you were going through. And I'm glad to see that, you know what I mean? You're all bundled up in that, you know what I'm saying? Frosty the Snowman, whether y'all got down in the NYC. You did?
Well, it's actually, yo, that's a beautiful thing. Thank you very much. And I mean that from the heart, son. Yeah, when you be laid up in the bed, man, you don't be feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I was sweating it out. You know what I mean? I normally don't really get sick. So when I get sick, it's like a little quick joint. You know what I'm saying? I got a good, healthy immune system. I got a strong health constitution. You know what I'm saying? Get down for the smoke,
Mm,
son. But
mm.
when it
What's
hits
on
you,
your
it hits you.
mind?
You know what I mean? But
Facts.
yeah, son. So you see me bundled up. I'm out here doing my 1-2. I'm cruising around, getting down. Um, and then this joint came across my desk, and I was like, "Oh snap!" Because I've been going in on Lord Jamar for a minute now. Because back in the day, he was doing some kind of
Ah.
divisive, racist stuff. I wouldn't say necessarily racist, but being prejudiced. You know what I'm saying? That might be a better word. You know what I'm saying? Against Eminem, whoop. And I'm not like the biggest Eminem fan, but for you to defame somebody and take something from them just because you feel like you're not supposed to be here. It ain't about you and what you think. It's about what everybody in the world think, because hip hop is a global thing. It's a big thing at the end of the day. And a lot of these white dudes was buying your album, Lord Jamar. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember back in the day, I ain't buying no CD. I'm gonna steal that shit. I'm gonna get the mixtape, the bootleg. I'm gonna take your shit if you bought it. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not saying we didn't support you, but you got a lot of support from those dudes. So, I had some commentary on that. But then he wound up reaching out, you know what I'm saying, on some humble shit. And we had some decent dialogue, and I was like, all right, peace to you, son. Do you want to? I don't necessarily understand your directive or your projection, but you know what I'm saying? If that's how you want to get down, just clean that shit up and make it sound a little different, make it sound a little better. Because you coming off, you know what I'm saying, sounding a little sour, and you wasn't the illest on the mic, son. You know what I mean?
Well,
So,
well,
but then,
uh,
there was another thing where he started pushing like another envelope. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, yo, what's up with this dude? Then like the
first,
final
well,
situation.
first, before you
Oh,
carry on,
yeah, yeah, my
let me
bad. Go ahead.
say that for me, man, Lord Jamar was always my boy. I ain't gonna hold you, man, from the brand Nubian days. So you
Oh
dig? I
yeah,
understand.
yeah.
No. I understand what you're saying. However, I want to say respectfully, you dig, that my perception of Lord Jamal and the Grand Poobas and the Sadat X, man, that came from an era where you dig like they couldn't do no wrong. You dig? When I heard
Facts.
brand Nubian, you dig? So, I just wanted to put that out there, that Lord Jamal for me, man. You dig? When I came up listening to the brother, you dig? I know that, you know what I'm saying? I still consider him one of the poor righteous teachers of, you know what I mean, for that derive from our era. So yeah, with that
Boomerang
being
slang,
said,
son.
man, carry on.
Well, no, no, no. See, that was the sentiment I always held. So when I saw son do what he did, I'm like, damn. Like I really started locking in, like trying to understand where he was coming from, because I'm an analytical person. I try to play both sides to understand, this, to understand that, and me just having my own logical ways of looking at things. I'm like, hold on, son, like not really making any more points now. You're not like comparing or making parallels that, or like, oh shit, son is really breaking it down right now. I see where he's coming from. It was just coming from a place of like, I want to say necessarily, like I said, racism and nothing like that, but be kind of being a bigot, you being prejudiced, and it sounds like you hating on son just because of XYZ. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, whatever, whatever. We talked. It was water under the rug. He kept it pushing, yada yada yada. Then there was something else that popped up on my radar, and then I kind of addressed it, but I was like, yo, I don't want to seem like I'm beating a dead horse all the time. But then all of a sudden, as of lately, I see him over here with the flat earth joint and this and that, whoopty whoop. And I know that you're a man of a certain age. I know that, what I mean? You've been around a lot of different people and, you've lived a colorful life and an intelligent life on a lot of levels because, you got that cognitive function that's popping. You know what I'm saying? So I know you was down with the
Thank you, man.
with the gods and the earths. You welcome. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point in your life and you studied the 120, you know the lessons. So him running around talking about the earth is flat. Then he getting on some white dudes platforms. They talk about, yo, the best model for a planet is a bucket of fried chicken. And I'm just sitting here looking at son, and I'm like, how the hell do you go from this? The dude, like you said, that we looked up to, the dude we embraced, the dude that we were like, yo, son, you know what I mean? You kicking that positivity, but you keeping it real. Punks jump up to get beat down. How is that possible with no gravity? How is
Yeah.
that possible with no gravity, Frankie? Come on, son. Like, but then they had their joints, and like I said, the consciousness was needed at a certain time, but we ain't on no soft shit. We on some militant shit. So that's why I said when you see that character and that whole breakdown, I'm like, yo, this is like in comparison to what's going on now, it's bugged out. So you know, uh, uh, there's a few YouTube channels that I check out and stuff like that. And a lot of school in Mecca, I subscribe. I check out their content, see what they got going on. So I saw they just dropped the joint, and they talk about, yo, son, you know what I mean? Like in so many words, like whatever Lord Jamar is talking about, whatever Lord Jamar is doing, that's Lord Jamar. Please do not mix him up with what we got going on. So I wanted to hit you real quick, like, yo, son, you know what I'm saying? Let me see what Frankie thinks, because I know you know the 120. I know you've been around the guards, the earths, the ciphers, the building, all types of different things. And you knowing the foundation and what the representation is, you know what I'm saying? Seeing what he's doing and what he's talking about, and now the video that they drop in, I said, yo, man, let's hit him with some vertical talk. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what Frankie thinks.
Yo, again, man, truthfully, salutes to the boy Lord Jamar. I can't even fathom what he may be going through. Is this a breakdown? Is this some sort of identity crisis or whatever? However, all I can, say with my heart embedded in it is that I hope by the grace of Allah, you know what I'm saying, he can get back to who he was as opposed to who he's appearing to be right now. And that's kind of like off the wall, you know what I mean?
Well,
But
Frankie, maybe who he's appearing to be is truly who he was, because that's what they were talking about in the
that's
video. Is this a projection of basically what it is? And a lot of times people have these parasocial relationships with people. And you might
absolutely.
look at a celebrity, you might look at somebody and what they represented. You can't really hold them to the fire, and you can't really bring them back because they've done all this. So it's like,
Right.
oh, one doesn't outweigh the other, but they can definitely cancel each other out, and people will just look past it. But I see it's getting to the point where they can't do that with him anymore, and this needs to be addressed publicly because he's still waving the banner, but he's over here on some other shit. So that's why I was like, Frankie, know the
When you
120s and
become,
all that.
when you,
I break it down like
this
you
is
would
it.
know that the earth
We,
is not flat.
absolutely. I mean, that's stated, that's said in our actual facts or in the actual facts. You dig what I'm saying? So that's stated that the circumference of the planet Earth is 24,896 miles. You know what I mean? And approximately that's 25,000 miles, how they have it verbatim quoted in the actual facts. You know what I'm saying? And again, no, anybody that comes from the era that I come from, I'm not gonna say anybody, but most people, you dig what I'm saying, have had, you know what I'm saying, some type of, I want to believe some type of running with the gods and earths because they were so prevalent, you know what I'm saying, back then at them times, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, you could basically just be coming out of your house, you know what I'm saying, in any urban, you know what I'm saying, area of, I would say New York City, and run into a cipher, man, of, you know what I mean, brothers and sisters going in, you know what I mean, that, going in hard body, you know what I'm saying, and correcting
Yeah.
one another, where they were wrong, whether they were wrong, or saluting them where they were right, and so forth and so on. So I believe that, you know what I'm saying,
And it
without
was a
question, Lord
competition
Jamal.
to pursue the truth. You know
Without a
what I'm saying? You
question.
didn't
That
want to
was
be
the
that dude that was spitting some crazy ass backward nonsense. That was intolerant.
it wasn't it, wa- it well
I
it
wouldn't
was
say
intolerant to
tolerated,
the
but
right, but it
tolerated
was
to
the
the point
fact
where
that
you
the
would be
brothers,
corrected.
you would definitely be corrected. Their job was to make sure that you were correct in anything that you did concerning the mathematics, concerning, you dig what I'm saying, the lessons, that I would say, the lessons that you received from your enlightener, and so forth and so on. So as I was getting ready to say, I believe without a question, Lord Jamal is thoroughly in tune with the actual facts, and which leads me to believe, or I should say, want to believe that, I don't know, is he just going through some kind of mental or psychological breakdown at this point of life? Could it be that he's not the individual that he was years ago, meaning relevancy and so forth and so on? Can it be that, as he, grows in age, his mental capacity is deteriorating? I mean, what I don't want to believe is that, he's at the bottom of the rung. Again, I looked up to the brother, respected his music as well, long as I said earlier, Sadat X and Grand Puba. So it's like one of those. It's one of those. He's one of my rap heroes. You know what I mean? So I can only hope that it's something that none of us can explain, and we can only pray and hope that Allah sees fit to bring him back to his right state if he's out of state
Well,
if
it's
he's
interesting you bring up Sadat because I saw Sadat put something up online, and he was like, because Lord Jamar is aligning himself with the FBA and this and that, and I did a video on it, and they got their own views on the Caribbean and this and that, and certain people that did certain things for this particular reason. And he's from Guyana. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and I was scratching my head. Then, if you watch the video and all that, he talk about he don't know where his mom's is from. She was adopted. His pops is from here, this and that. So I'm like, yo, son, like, how is you jumping out the window so hardcore and so firm to say these type of things? But then I wouldn't say you have like skeletons in your closet. Your heritage is your heritage, but who are you? So it's interesting that
right,
you brought that up, the identity crisis thing, because it seems like to me, like you ever like them dudes that got to be super extra. They got to be
right,
like jumping out the window for the cause, and then
right.
they wind up actually creating more conflict doing stuff like that than actually getting the money, bringing people together, and unifying people under this umbrella of hip hop. Because that's where the thing, like I said
Or
earlier, with the white
or
kids buying the albums, or this
or
person supporting you, or you going across seas. And Brand Nubian was going on mad tours in Europe, Germany,
or
Sweden, France, all these different places. And those dudes were showing them love in the latter part of their life and paying to see them perform and embracing them this way. So it's just weird to me where it's like, I could take your money, but then I could also shit on you at the same time. And he always
right,
say Eminem is a guest in hip hop. They started hitting Lord Jamar with the "you a guest in the house of science." You a
right,
guest in the house of hip hop. Well, you a guest in the house of science. How does it feel now, son? And it's crazy
right.
because the mathematics, the science, all this goes back to his teaching and his lessons. And it's like, yo, word to mother, son. Like the respect that I have for certain dudes, I could include yourself right now because this is something that the audience could touch and see. Okay, Nick fuck with Frankie. Like if you told me something in life and you explained something very thoroughly to me, I would never, not because I'm scared of Frank, but like if I turn to you and say, yo, bro, I understand, then you understand how the hell I'm gonna do a 360 and come back later for popularity and be like, whatever, Frankie, because my channel's lit, I could do this and that. I'm gonna say whatever I want now. All right, maybe
I
you
mean,
let it slide, but I keep taking it too far. Eventually, you're gonna have to be like, little bro, what's up with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, really, sit down and talk to me. And I don't think Lord Jamar's in a space where anybody could do that to him. So when I see Star X get online and say, yo, stop
well,
hitting me
well,
with all
then you
these
see,
FBA comments, leave me alone. Whatever Lord Jamar doing, he talking about that. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yo, listen, bro, and
It's pretty clear and evident what's going on.
yeah, and it's pretty clear that, whatever he is doing to the detriment of himself, you dig, which, you know what I'm saying, I empathize. I have empathy, man. You know what I mean? It's creating situations where individuals who, I'm not going to say once upon a time, because to some capacity they may still love him. They're just not in love with the things that he may now be doing to himself and trying to drag others into it as well, or inadvertently dragging others into it. So now they're doing what they do, and they're saying, yo, man, I got to jump ship. I got to extract myself out of the equation. I got to sever the ties
Oh, I gotta love
of,
you from a distance.
I got to love you from a distance. You dig? And that's, and you
That's
also
also
said
some narcissist
something.
shit, Frankie. Because imagine you like you put your peoples in a position. Imagine me being 56, almost 60 years old, and I'm not even considerate of what my other peers, other people that are aligned with me, my ear likes, how this is going to impact them, how this might impact my wife, my kids, my grandkids. I don't care about none of
Again,
that because I want the views and the look. Like, come on,
again,
son.
maybe, again, because we may be jumping. If who's to
No, no,
say
I've
that
been
that's what?
studying him for a minute now, and I've been making videos for years, Frankie. I'm kind of like, I wouldn't say 100% accurate, but I've taken my time to really understand who this guy is, and we've had dialogue. We've talked before. Like, he's actually
Well,
curbed his enthusiasm.
you're at
Like,
a better spot than I am
yeah,
when it comes
yeah.
to that. So I won't try to dispute your
No, no,
opinion
no. But I also want to respect where you're coming from because what you got to say is super valid. Just because I talked to him, what does that mean? I'm still going in talking what I'm talking.
because
But I'm just
again,
trying to
you
say I
mentioned
really
science.
no, no. What I really try
Right.
to do is not jump the gun, not do any of
Hmm.
that. Have
Hmm.
dialogue, open up
Hmm.
conversations, try to really understand. All right, what's going on in your brain? You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, I looked up to you. I thought you was like an ill dude. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to
Right.
just discard you and throw you to the side like that. Yo, let's have a talk. Boom, boom. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, you talk about that. Okay, you want to come on the show? You want to charge me X, Y, Z? Do this, do that. That's fine and dandy. But now you going out here, jumping out the window, and you hanging out with white dudes talking about the best model for the planet of Earth is a bucket of KFC fried chicken. And I'm like,
And
yo, dogs, like, is this the same Lord Jamar? Like, what universe are we in right now? It's the most bizarre thing. But pick it up, Frankie.
yeah, I mean, again, we speak about science when we speak about the human brain. The complexity of the brain is something that, what I'm saying, renowned peoples of that field of medicine still don't completely understand. So again, I reserve, I reserve my
I love that, Frankie. I love it, man.
comments
For real,
to
for
just,
real.
really like just down him, because he may be actually going through something that none of us can fathom. None of us can truly place a finger on and understand to a degree of helping the brother, but
Oh, so he
it's
might be having a
he,
mental illness
he may
crisis
be without a question, and not
with a
to say that
smile on
this
his
is what
face and standing in public like
who
even though he's wrong, but he's strong, son.
and guess what? Who are we to really put a definitive on it? And maybe, and like I said,
Well,
you may be actually right. And
Frankie, let me rebuttal that. Who are
mhm,
we? We are content creators, and when you put
facts,
yourself out there and create content, we're
we
gonna talk about you, and we're gonna have an
absolutely.
opinion.
And,
Especially, imagine, you know, you've done your thing with the red, and I imagine the red coming online and being like, "Nah, Frankie too out of control. We're all hit." We have to make a public service announcement right now, just to set the record straight. I think
and
things have reached critical mass at that point. So when the
that's
five
where we
percenters
go.
come and say, "Yo,
Absolutely.
son, I got to put together a 30-minute piece right now," very articulate. People should go check it out. I think it's called "The Misunderstandings of Lord Jamar." Shout out to the Allah
Right.
School in Mecca. They got a really dope YouTube channel. Go tap in with them, subscribe, hit the like button. And he broke it down in a
Absolutely.
very eloquent way, and he edited very nicely. And he doesn't really go in harsh on Lord Jamar. It's not putting him
And there
down.
we
It's
go.
not saying anything bad. You know, my
There we
style is
go.
different. I give it to people raw, straight up, vertical talk, son. 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Well, bam, bam, bam.
Absolutely.
We on the dirt bikes, baby. You know what I mean? We rolling, but at the same time, it comes from the same place, a good heart. You know what I
Right.
mean? So when I saw
And
Son of them had put him on blast, I'm like, okay, like you are standing kind of with no allies now. Now what do you do?
hey, listen, you know,
He got Frankyboo. That's
again,
what it is. Yes, I ain't finna
again,
holler at Frankyboo, Lord Jamar.
nah, only because listen, man, like I say, bro, you dig? I would want the same kind of, you know what I'm saying,
Understanding, I
capacity
get it.
and understand. Absolutely. And again, like, you know, when you don't understand something, we as individuals can be kind of harsh when we don't understand it and we can just go in. And I understand that. We are content creators. If you give us something that goes on, but I want anybody to always feel like, regardless of whether how many people I may have on this platform, I once was part of a program called Inside Out. And that was basically stepping outside of my shoes and into somebody else's shoes in
Exactly.
order to better understand what they may or may not be going through when dealing with certain situations that may arise. You know what I mean? And so with this, man, again, man, you know, hearing you, I'm gonna add on however I could add on to, you know, basically clarify to whatever degree I can
Yeah, for your understanding of the situation of
for
what's
my
transpired in the
understanding and
past till
hopefully
now.
break right.
Yeah.
However, what you know, I won't completely do it unless it's just a person that we completely know. No, listen, you just a buffoon. You're doing, excuse me, buffoonery things. You have no regret, remorse or regrets. You know what I'm saying, or a concept of thought of anything that you're doing to anybody that you're doing. Yeah, you know, so
Well,
you
well, well,
deserve.
well. I think that in the video he says I've been observing Lord Jamar since 2018. So that's about
Okay,
7 years of doing his And I'm gonna keep it real with you. One of the greatest things about our dynamic is that Uncle Nick is the way he is, but when you talk to me and you say, "Yo, Nick," uh, uh, I can't say that I changed it 2 seconds later, but you give me a day or two to sit on it, Uncle Nick gonna get it right. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody's taking time out of their day behind the scenes to say, "Yo, son," duh, 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 duh. But then you see Uncle Nick just keep coming on
right.
back. And I'm not even more like a little moderate. I'm coming back doubling down even harder. And you like, okay, let me talk to Nick again. All right, let me talk to Nick again. It gets to a point now where you're
Where you get
embarrassing me in
tired of
public, Nick.
right.
No, but you're also embarrassing me in public now because I'm connected to you. Now I have to
Absolutely.
really address this. So I think it's
No,
going past that point of trying to understand his mental illness and this and that and whoop de whoop because you
who
for the
knows?
last 10 years have been on this vibe where you have slowly but surely started severing ties. And if we look at it from the Vlad TV, if we look at it from the Godfrey situation, if we look
Right.
at it from Sadat X saying what he said, not necessarily F him, but yo, keep that over there because in so many words, I saw him standing with Grand Pooba the other day.
Right.
Sadat wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and then, Sadat is connected to certain things and certain stuff. So you over here talking about this and that. You jamming me up right now and you trying to get a couple dollars. And, I see him in the live chat. I'm not even answering the chat. The chat's asking him a lot of questions. I'm only answering super chats. So that was the thing for me. I'm like, oh, so you only really concerned about getting the money. You about to go in and do this and do that, but it's all really about the money at the end of the day. So it's like, damn, it's like some
Okay.
Takashi shit.
Well,
As long as
well,
I
well,
control, as long as I can be provocative, as long as I can say things to spin people's heads, it doesn't matter if you like me or not because the dollars are gonna roll in. And I think
well
the
then,
internet has people operating that way nowadays. And in a
well then
sense
you're
where
right
they
then.
get rid of their whole mentality and their foundational mind state to get with whatever is popping at the times, to get down with the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? To be
Well, if
moving
this is the
on up.
case, well, if this is the case, then you're absolutely right. It is narcissistic, you know what I'm saying,
Yep.
behavior. You dig?
Yeah.
And there's no way around it. But listen, man, at the end of the day, bro, you
But I
dig?
know beloved, as Frankie say, beloved, I know you're not abreast of everything he's been up to. So,
Right.
I really respect that you're keeping it this way because you're not just gonna be like, well, little bro, just cause you saying it, yeah, let's
Uh,
dog power this mother. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you got
no,
your
we definitely
perspective.
ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. we might have to. This might be the prequel to a follow up because I'm gonna send you some things,
Absolutely.
and then you
Absolutely.
might get a little bit more abreast of what he's doing and be like, "Yo, Uncle Nick, I really try to hold the boy down and keep it correct, but this is
Oh
buffoonery,
yeah, you already
straight up
know
and
it's
down."
gonna be vertical. It's gonna definitely be vertical, man, if that's what comes to the head, you know. However, I just, for those that are listening, I want them to know that, what I'm saying, like I said previously, you dig what I'm saying? Anybody, everyone, you dig what if comes across my desk, they're gonna get a fair shake. I'm not just gonna condemn. I'm gonna give it from a vertical aspect from what I see or my experiences, or what they may not know is that I'm behind the scenes reaching out to other good men that I respect that may be above, maybe elders to me, asking questions and trying to come up with a definitive understanding of whether I may be wrong in my analogies of looking at things and so forth and so on. So
Yeah.
therefore, this is
Well,
this
well,
is what
that's
this is
why I
what
made it
vertical
my.
mean.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's why I made it my duty at a certain point to actually reach out and
In a
have
t-
dialogue. You know
nah,
what I'm saying?
we're living in a
Because you
time
can't.
where a lot of things are have we have become desensitized to a lot of things, and and it's just what it is. You heard.
Well,
However,
I
I'm
also
saying
too
for
think
those of
that
us,
once you start making thousands upon thousands of dollars off of foolishness, and you can sit in your living room and spew whatever you want, I think that changes the game as well.
absolutely, for some of us,
And
because some of
and
us
one
refuse to
and
fall down that path. Hold on, bro. Some
well,
of
one
us
thing about
refuse to walk. Pardon, bro. Pardon, homie.
oh oh
Some
oh
of us refuse to walk down that path. So it's imperative that those of us who are of I'm gonna say sound mind, for lack of better words, who are cognizant, who do comprehend they say signs and symbols are for, what I'm saying, educated minds, man, intellectual minds, man, for us to see, are paying attention and, keeping our distance from falling victim to some of the things that, or a lot of the things that people are commonly falling victim to. So I myself, when even introduced to this platform, made boundaries and made certain mindset
set
decisions that, yo,
parameters.
facts, bro. And and all of us don't have that. So, and it's not to crap on anybody's parade. If you like it, I love it. However, that's not the cup of tea that I'm sipping from and don't want to sip from it. But yeah, that's what that is, bro. And what we're gonna do our due diligence to find out anything and everything that we can,
Well, I've
about
been doing
whatever it
it for like
is.
the last
Yeah.
7, 8 years. So, like
So
I said,
yeah,
that's why I had the dialogue. I reached out to Son, try to have civil discourse and understand, what the hell is it that you talking about? What are you thinking? And at the end of the day, my synopsis, my analysis, my breakdown is that it all boils down to the money at the end of the day. Because there really is no other reason that you would sit up here and do this type of stuff because your reputation is being dragged through the mud, your friends and allies are stepping away from you. Possibly other people behind the scenes that are intimate or close to you are like, wow, this is like, even though I respect you, man, you look really crazy. Like the things you were saying and the anger you displayed and how you articulated yourself, you always come across as this very knowledgeable, intelligible, um, militant, disciplined man. And this white guy got up here and just made you flip your shit. And then you're going to flip on your friends and say, they spiked your weed. They did this, they did that to me. Like you're making up all the excuses under the sun
excuse
to
me.
sound even more absurd. So it's like, when did the conspiracy theory stop? When does reality kick in? And is this just all one big show? And at this point, I have to say, in my opinion, it is a big show,
Big
and that's
show.
why, the 5%ers had to put the video out
Nah,
today
hey, listen.
and address the nonsense, and
Hey,
eventually
listen.
say, hey, this is going on a little too far now. This is out
Hey,
of control.
listen, Nick. And like my grandmother and my mother used to say, if you got two or more people saying the same thing, then there may be actual truth to it. So that
Hold up.
my respect for the gods on earth, the Nation of Islam, the Sunni Muslims, any branch of religious aspects, is big, Hindus, Jews, so forth, so on. again, you know what I mean? So, where there's smoke, potentially
There's
there's usually
fire.
fire. You dig what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm going against the verbiage of so many other people who have a more intimate relation, or have had a more intimate relationship with Lord Jamar over the years than I have. and
Yeah,
and saying that, it's like it makes me, it's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, is it about the money? Is it about the fact that
absolutely.
he's losing his mental capacity? Is it about the fact that he's just feeling like he's one man against the army of other individuals within this world? You
I'm gonna
know,
tell you something, Frankie. I always see people begging on the train, right? And the lady gave him $1 the other day, and she said, "I gave him $1 because he crazy. Say he ain't crazy, he know he need money. I bet he know he need toilet paper when he wipe his ass. I bet he know he need a lot of things. But people act
absolutely.
a certain way when they know they can get something out of people. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
I
there's
would
a
go
lot
with
of
that.
charades, and there's a lot of people that do certain things just to get that book. You know what I mean?
Man,
And I have to say, at the end of the day, there's nothing that would make me sell myself out. Yo, Frankie, he's got millions of views online for like, it's not good. And that's
right,
why they had to put a video out addressing this today, because it's gotten to the point where he just put out a song, Elephant in the Room. You are the elephant in the room, and you just got addressed. You know what I'm saying? On that note, I'm gonna leave it right there. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't trying to beat a dead horse, but I just
right.
wanted to pick your brain, see what you thought about it, express myself a
Yeah,
little bit,
man.
and also shine some light on the Allah School of Mecca and send people over there to check the vid out
Big,
and get
big shout
their own
outs.
breakdown on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Make your own assessment of the situation after watching that vid, and go check Uncle Nick out too. I got some vids up there as well. And when you got all that information coming at you, you know the truth is the truth, son. You know what I
Truth
mean?
is the
Uh,
truth is the truth, and it needs nothing to stand on. You heard? So yeah,
on that
man.
note, yeah,
I send my prayers, man. You dig, to the boy Lord Jamar, man. Um, yo, this is crazy, word. But it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I send my salutes to, man. The gods on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Everybody that has played a part in that man's life, man, that may be saddened by the predicament or the conditions that he is placing himself in, and it is what it is, man. The Lost School of
well,
Mecca, man. I definitely send a salute to y'all, because y'all are definitely a man. Y'all are,
a
how you
powerful
say,
force
a
of
powerful
information
force within
and a
our community,
representation of
within
what
our
is
community.
exact, what is right and exact. You heard me?
Absolutely.
All that fly shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So, you man, keep doing the work that y'all do, man, along with the other entities, man, that are doing the same thing to uplift, what I'm saying, not just our people, but this nation, man. Word.
factual. But yeah, on that note, man, I'm gonna slide to the side. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you taking time out your day to just chop it up with me real quick. Hit the people with some
Yeah.
content. Hopefully they
Yeah.
enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe,
Facts.
hit that like
Yeah.
button. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Share
Yeah.
the
Well,
video. And if you like
you
to
know,
contribute to what Frankie got going on, you can hit that World God 101, that Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Say thank you, big bro. We love what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
at the minimal,
hopefully.
that like button, that subscribe is free. You heard me?
Hopefully, man, this reaches a whole lot of ears, man, and there's something in here that resonates. We know and understand, as the actual facts also state, that sound travels at the rate of 1,120 feet per second. So that's crazy fast. That's like, wow, boom, you dig? And the energy, man, the energy that I believe that we at Vertical Chalk are, striving to give off, man, is traveling at the rate of 186,000 miles per second. And energy is what, what I'm saying, makes the heart inside our chest, what I'm saying, pump.
Pump.
It's
Yeah,
that
son.
source, what I mean? It's that source, that electrical source that resides within us, man. So, I hope that, you feel our that I could utilize and absorb to make this platform even better than what it is already. And again, man, we're not looking for handouts. We're looking for hand ups in order to enhance the quality and the capabilities of vertical talk. So therefore, we can actually get them phone lines up and jumping. So therefore, we can, you know what I'm saying, create a dialogue whereas people can call in and give their conveyance. So therefore, we can answer it to the best of our ability. With that being said, man, you dig? Love yourself, love life. You dig? Send your prayers up so the old head can send his blessings down. Let's unify. You dig what
And
I'm
the
saying? The
earth
love that
is
we have.
not flat.
Yo, let's unify ourselves and our culture and the human race as one, if it's possible. You dig? With that being said, man, to the brothers and sisters that I left behind, man, I send my salutes and my love, man. This is Vertical Chalk, FB signing off.
Peace. We out of here. Boom.